All right, let's talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's the one single rule that took a kid from a tiny Austrian village and turned him into a global icon? Today, we're diving deep into his #1 secret to success.
Okay, look at this number, 13 billion baht. That's a rough estimate of Arnold's net worth back in 2021. I mean, it's just a staggering figure, right? Think about it. A world champion bodybuilder, a Hollywood legend, and then, oh yeah, the governor of California. The guy's journey is just legendary. So the big question is, how did he do it? How did he get there? I can tell you right now, it wasn't luck. He says it all comes down to a single powerful rule that he's lived by since he was just a kid. And that's what we're going to break down right now.
Okay, so this is it, Arnold's first rule. This is the foundation, the starting point for everything he's ever achieved. And here it is. It all starts with one word, vision. It's the ability to see exactly where you're going. I mean, think about it. Without a destination, you're just wandering around aimlessly, right? Your vision is your North Star. It's everything.
Now, to really understand this, we've got to go back, way back. Back to where it all started for him, his childhood in Austria. So picture this. Arnold was born in Austria in 1947, right after World War II. This was a world with, well, not a lot of options. For most people, your future was pretty much laid out for you. You'd probably end up being a farmer, or maybe you'd get a job at the local factory. The horizon was, let's just say, pretty small. And you can see this huge gap between what his parents wanted for him and what he wanted for himself. You know, they just wanted him to be safe, get a normal job, live a normal life. But Arnold, he had this feeling deep down inside that he was born for something special, something outstanding. And then, when he was just 11 years old, something happened that changed everything. He's at school, and he sees a documentary about America. And his eyes are just opened. He's seeing these images of progress on a scale he couldn't even comprehend. Skyscrapers that touch the clouds, these massive bridges, 6-lane highways stretching as far as the eye can see. And that was it. That was the spark. He knew, right then and there, he had to get to America. But, you know, a dream is one thing. A plan is something else entirely. He needed a real, concrete way to get to America. And his big inspiration? It came from a pretty unlikely place. So he's walking home from school one day, and he sees something in a shop window that literally stops him in his tracks. It was a bodybuilding magazine. And on the cover of that magazine was this guy named Reg Park. Now, Reg Park was a 3-time Mr. Universe champion. But he wasn't just a bodybuilder. He was also a movie star. He played Hercules in the movies. And in that one single moment, everything just clicked into place for Arnold. He looked at that cover and thought, this is it. This is the idol I want to be. And just like that, his vague vision suddenly had a blueprint. A super clear 3-step plan. Step 1, become the world's greatest bodybuilder. Step 2, use that fame to get to Hollywood. And Step 3, make millions of dollars. Boom, the path was clear. Okay, so now that he had this clear vision, everything changed. I mean, everything. The insane amount of work that was ahead of him, it wasn't a chore anymore. It became an opportunity. And let me tell you, the work was absolutely brutal. We're talking 5 to 6 hours of punishing, grueling training every single day. I mean, that's enough to break pretty much anyone. But here's where it gets really interesting. The other guys who trained with him, they all noticed something kind of weird. Despite these brutal, exhausting workouts, Arnold was always smiling. He was happy. He was buzzing with energy. How on earth is that possible? Well, this quote right here explains everything. For Arnold, each rep, each set, it wasn't just pain, it was progress. He famously said, "Every rep I do gets me one step closer to making my vision a reality." You see, he wasn't just lifting weights. He was lifting himself towards that Mr. Universe trophy, lifting himself to Hollywood, lifting himself all the way to America. That vision completely reframed the work. He was actually eager to do a 500-pound squat. He was excited to do thousands of reps. Why? Because he knew that pain was just a signal of progress. Every single struggle was a joyful step forward. And all of that focused, joyful, hard work, well, it led him exactly where he knew it would. So at just 20 years old, Arnold is standing on a stage in London, and he becomes the youngest Mr. Universe in history. Step 1 of his grand vision, complete. He proved it, not just to the world, but to himself, that a crystal clear vision, backed by relentless work, can literally turn the impossible into reality. So, what are the big takeaways for us from Arnold's story?
It's really two things. First, you have to have a crystal clear vision of where you want to go. You have to see it. And second, you've got to learn to enjoy the process. Find joy in the journey itself. When you can connect your daily grind to that ultimate goal, the hard work stops feeling like work and starts feeling like a gift.
And that really leaves all of us with a pretty big question to think about, right? What is the vision for your life? What's that goal that's so clear, so exciting, that it will make every single step of the hard work feel not like a burden, but like an absolute privilege?